What's cracking, people? This is your man, Cousin T, and welcome to this installment of
I'm trying to give you 60 seconds of affection.
60 Seconds of Selectcellence, where doubt and iteration meet observable reality. Now, today's installment is brought to you by the T-Taw Tabernacle. Feel free to donate to the Hot House Healing Building Fund. The link will be in the description down below. Now today we're featuring a gentleman by the name of Patrick Bet Davids. He has a channel called Valuetainment. I'm going to link that channel with today's clip in the description below. But gentlemen, if we talk about an example of Selectcellence, just go through the videos that this gentleman posts. He definitely has a well-oiled machine, definitely a great example of being a multi-discipline masculine master. But what I want to focus on are two things. I'm putting a picture up now of Patrick and Dorian Yates. One of the things that he focuses on, and among so many other things, and we're talking about business, we're talking about travel, we talk about relations, and other topics, is the health and well-being and the maintenance of your body. The body game is something that's so important in his world, because he deals with a lot of CEOs, he deals with a lot of captains of industry, he deals with a range of people. But there was an interview that he did with Dorian Yates, and a lot of people who are into the Mr. Olympia know who I'm referring to when I say Dorian Yates. So the importance of the body game is a key component of his philosophy. But beyond that, today's clip comes from a keynote address that he recently gave at a business summit. And there are a lot of great takeaways that you can glean from that particular speech, and that's why I'm going to link it down below. But this 60 seconds of Selectcellence comes in a point in his speech when he's talking about what it means to shift your thinking. And the two things that I want to point out, I'm going to play the clip and I'm going to point those two things out on the other side. But these are key components of the Select Manosphere, and things that we try to impress on those who are participating and tuning into this sphere of consciousness. So I'm going to play the clip and I'll catch you on the other side.
I was dating all these girls. They were all the same. One day, you know how guys and girls, we all complain, where are all these great women at? I'm telling you, there's no more good women nowadays. And these men, oh my gosh, look at them today. And we complain. It is not the men or the women. It's your language and it's your lens. So I sat back. I said, Pat, what are you looking for? I went specific. Toes, eyebrows, cooking. I could care less about nationality, because I'm okay there. But for me, whatever you are, you got to learn to make my dad's cooking. I don't care what it is, because I want the house to be good smelling food. If the house smells like food, kids come to the house. I want you to learn how to make these 5-6 dishes my dad makes and my mom makes. I'm good. I don't care what you're doing. I want it to be Currie, or I want it to be this. So I wrote it down, what I wanted. You know what I did next? I told everybody, here's what I'm looking for. Hey, I'm looking for this kind of a group. Okay, cool. Here's the criteria. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's what I'm looking. Hey, here's what I'm looking for. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a girl like this. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's what I'm looking for. Then all of a sudden they started showing up. And then I picked my wife. She's sitting over there, right? And we got married. It's my criteria still. Moral of the story. Lens, language. Change the lens, change the language.
Gentlemen, how many times have we said that the Select Manosphere contains thought, consciousness, experiences, and a viewpoint or lens of select men who have the experience, select men with the lens who have the background, select men who have the lens and the viewpoint, quite simply, of the type of men who easily get women. So when you have that position, okay, starting from that position, one, you have an abundance mentality. So when you're not thirsting after every woman that you see coming down the street, you can then step back and take your time and observe and make observations. And over the course of your experiences interacting with women, the relationships that you have with a variety of women, you discover and develop a language all your own. There is a language of the select, to the point where, and shout out to Master Teacher BGS for prescribing the octane scale. When you can look at various classes of women within your view range, you can now open up your spectrum to a broad perspective of not only just the types of women, but the scenarios that you find yourself in. You're going to different places. You're pursuing different things. The number one pursuit is masculine mastery. You're not stuck on a sort of negative feedback loop of scarcity. Changing your lens and changing your language are critical components of the select manosphere. But also, one of the great things that he brought out in this particular address was having a list of the type of woman that he wants. I'm going to post a graphic of the 8/8 of wifey material. Now, of course, you're not going to have, no woman's going to have all 8 necessarily. They're going to have shades and gradations of these 8 components. But if you remember, he talked about, a woman needing to make at least 5 or more meals. Obviously, on the 8/8, we've got 8 meals here. But the point is, when you view life and you view this journey to masculine mastery from the perspective or the lens of the select man, and when you adopt the language of the select man, your perspective is broadened, your purview is elevated. And just like what was mentioned in the address by Pat, your options multiply exponentially. And for anybody who thinks that select men are just, broke pretty boys, Patrick is worth north of $70 million. So, and he's still young. He's only 41 years old. So, when we talk about examples of men who embrace or embody the select man lifestyle, it's not even about your wallet. It's not about leading with your wallet. It's not about leading with your dick. In the select manosphere, it's all about leading with your mission. And your mission will inform what your wallet looks like. And your mission will inform how tight your body is, how much time and effort you spend on curating the size of your pecs, the size of your arms, depending on what it is in the lifestyle that you're looking to lead, and the legacy that you're looking to leave behind once it's all said and done. So at the end of the day, gentlemen, let's be clear about why the body game, charisma, and masculinity are promoted heavily in the select manosphere. It's because whether you're a 92 octane earning 20 million plus, or you're an 89 or an 87 octane roughneck on a construction site, or fireman earning 50K to 75K a year, doing what it is that you love, what you are here to do, being focused and on your mission purpose. At the end of the day, it's all about masculine mastery. Shout out to Patrick Bet Davids, aka Mr. Valuetainment, for today's 60 seconds of Selectcellence. And as always, this is your man Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, saying stay sharp and mission focused. Later.